In June 2025, the United States launched a massive deportation campaign, described as one of the most aggressive immigration enforcement efforts in history. The Trump administration focused on identifying and deporting thousands of suspected gang members to enhance public safety. This campaign drew widespread attention, with posts on X reflecting both support and criticism. If you're interested in this topic, comment number 1. Following President Trump's inauguration on January 20th, 2025, the deportation campaign began swiftly. ICE data shows that by June 30th, 2025, the agency made over 59,000 arrests, a record high, with nearly 50% of detainees having no criminal convictions. In July, ICE averaged 1,500 arrests per day, up from 1,200 in June. One of the most significant findings in July 2025 was the discovery of underground smuggling tunnels connecting Mexico to the U.S. According to a post by Shadowoff Ezra on June 23, 2025, U.S. Border Patrol agents uncovered a tunnel stretching over 1,000 feet from Mexico into U.S. territory. The tunnel was equipped with advanced features, including lighting systems, electrical wiring, ventilation systems, a rail system for transporting illegal goods. Additionally, a post by CBP on June 24, 2025, confirmed a similar tunnel found in the San Diego area, linking Tijuana, Mexico to San Diego, U.S. This tunnel, also over 1,000 feet long, had lighting, ventilation, and a rail system for smuggling drugs and other contraband. It was described as one of the most sophisticated tunnels ever discovered. Posts on X highlighted secret operations aimed at dismantling smuggling networks and addressing national security threats. A post by Tony Lane NV on June 28, 2025, reported that border agents raided a smuggling hub in Los Angeles tied to Iranian citizens on the FBI's terrorist watch list. This hub was described as a terrorist pipeline hidden in the city, with 7 Iranian nationals arrested days earlier at the same location. These operations were part of a broader effort to combat transnational criminal organizations, including gangs like Trendy Aragua, MS-13, and 18th Street. According to the Department of Homeland Security, in the first 100 days of 2025, over 151,000 undocumented immigrants were arrested, and 135,000 were deported, including 600 Trendy Aragua members. Another notable operation was Operation Tidal Wave, a coordinated effort between ICE, local, and federal law enforcement under the 200A7G program. DHS reported that this operation led to the arrest of 780 undocumented immigrants in just 4 days in early 2025. It was described as a new model, leveraging partnerships to remove undocumented immigrants involved in criminal activities from U.S. streets. Deportation flights, including chartered and commercial planes, surged to 210 in July, compared to 190 in May. The deportation effort, which began in early June 2025, targeted undocumented immigrants, particularly those accused of ties to criminal organizations like gangs. A post on X by Dojai.gov on April 17, 2025, reported that 6,000 people were detained, including 310 members of Trendy Aragua and 136 members of MS-13. Another post by Bakersfield HD on July 1, 2025, claimed over 11,000 gang members had been deported by that date. ICE data shows a significant increase in deportations from April 2025, when 1,700 people were removed. In June, raids targeted major cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York, seen as immigration hubs. The administration used the Criminal Alien Gang Member Removal Act to justify deporting suspected gang members, even those without serious criminal records. The campaign involved coordination among federal agencies, including ICE, the DEA, and the FBI. President Trump ordered all available resources to be used, including deploying the military to manage protests in urban areas. A post on X by CamVTV on June 16, 2025, highlighted that ICE was directed to aggressively target Democrat-led cities, aiming at millions of undocumented immigrants. On June 24, 2025, the U.S. Supreme Court issued a ruling allowing deportations to third countries, even for non-citizens of those nations, removing legal barriers. Justice Sonia Sotomayor criticized the decision for lacking protections against potential torture risks at destinations. As of July 7, 2025, ICE faced pressure to ensure humane detention conditions and legal access for detainees. Syracuse University's Professor Coker warned that the rapid increase in detentions could lead to poor conditions and rights violations. Lawsuits, including one from the Department of Justice against Illinois and Chicago's immigration policies, allege interference with federal efforts. The Department of Homeland Security notified about 500,000 people from Haiti, Nicaragua, Cuba, and Venezuela, previously protected under the Biden administration, to leave the U.S. immediately. Public opinion was deeply divided. A Pew Research Center survey from June 8, 2025, found 32% of Americans supported deporting all undocumented immigrants, 16% opposed it entirely, and 51% favored deporting only those with serious criminal records. Republicans showed stronger support, with 54% backing the campaign, while 75% of Democrats called it too harsh. On X, some posts supported the effort. For example, Zitter, on July 6, 2025, emphasized that the campaign targeted only gang and cartel members, easing concerns about mass deportations. However, large protests erupted in cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York, with thousands opposing ICE raids in immigrant communities. Fear among immigrants surged. A Pew survey showed 43% of immigrants worried about deportation for themselves or loved ones, up from 33% in March 2025. Latino Americans reported the highest anxiety at 47%. Deporting thousands, including alleged gang members, could disrupt the economy. The American Immigration Council notes that undocumented immigrants make up 14% of construction workers. Their removal could halt infrastructure and housing projects. The campaign's cost is estimated at $88 billion annually to deport 1 million people, covering detention and transportation expenses. Socially, the campaign impacts mixed-status families, with 5.1 million U.S. citizen children living with undocumented relatives. Deporting parents or family members could cause psychological trauma and financial hardship. The campaign faced over 250 lawsuits challenging Trump's executive orders. Cases like Kilmar Abrego, Garcia's wrongful deportation to El Salvador, raised concerns about transparency and fairness. Deportations to conflict zones like South Sudan sparked safety worries, with human rights groups criticizing the lack of protections. The June 2025 deportation campaign, focused on gang members, marked a turning point in U.S. immigration policy. Promoted as a public safety measure, it sparked fierce legal, humanitarian, and economic debates. Human rights organizations and immigration experts have criticized the campaign, arguing mass deportations may violate human rights, especially for asylum seekers. Government agencies, however, emphasize that the measures target only immigration law violators, not those with legal status. Long-term, the campaign may spark immigration reform discussions, especially as communities and businesses feel economic and social impacts. Advocates call for a legalization path for undocumented immigrants, while supporters of strict policies emphasize enforcing immigration laws. X posts and news reports reveal deep public division, with some supporting the targeting of criminals and others concerned about broader impacts on immigrant communities and society. The campaign's future hinges on the administration's ability to navigate legal challenges and maintain public support amid rising tensions. This article has utilized reliable sources and perspectives from social media to provide a comprehensive view. For a deeper understanding, readers can refer to statements from DHS, CBP, or reports from Reuters, The Guardian, and WOLA.
As a law firm.
Passenger's going to jail for felon in possession. We got there?
Check that door.
I did.
Man, hey, what the hell I gotta do with anything? You wanna put? Stop.
You have my password.
I can't. Stop doing I can't. I gotta.
Sí, me siento un poquito mal.
Nah,
Kansas for possession of controlled substance cocaine.